Can I feed us for a week without grocery shopping? Let's find out. A little tip on freezer organization. If you have a mess like this, I just put a TV tray, or you could get a little table, a laundry basket, and I do one shelf at a time. Take it out, put it in the laundry basket, and then redo the shelf. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, we have organization somewhat, and I did an inventory. This is what my kitchen freezer inventory looks like. And I have stars by things that I examined and I felt needed to be used first. And also meal suggestions or ways to use these things. The leftover ham, I could write crock pot, ham barbecue sandwiches, breakfast casserole. What I noticed down here, I have hamburger buns that need used up. That would go, I could toast them, and that could go with the ham barbecue sandwiches. So if you have everything laid out, it really gives you an idea of what you have. You don't buy more of what you don't need, and you can figure out ways to use things together. And if you're really pressed for time and you just don't have time to make a list, you could go into your freezer, refrigerator, pantry, and snap pictures to see what you have, give you at least a general idea. And that way you're less likely to overbuy when you know what you need. So if you find a deal, you can stock up. So I'm going to be a little bit busy filming and doing some inventory. So I just grabbed some taco meat out of the freezer, and I found a few different things that'll go along with it. So that will be a quick supper tonight, maybe a 20-minute supper. And we'll start here for the week. Now, while I was cutting up green onions that were clean and ready to go, I'm going to use these in my tacos. And the tops look nice yet. And I found these ramen noodles while I was looking in the pantry. And I know I have some bulgogi sauce, so I'm wondering if I can't make some sort of dish out of that later in the week. And I noticed there are microwave instructions for these taco shells, so I'm going to give that a whirl. It's going to be 100 degrees here today, and I'm not feeling like turning the oven on. I found this little bit of Mexican cheese in the freezer. It's just enough for this meal. I decided on a taco salad instead of regular tacos because I noticed I have an abundance of lettuce right now. I have a head of romaine, and my dad dropped off several heads of homegrown lettuce. So I'm going to utilize what I have. Another thing to consider when you're thinking about the garden produce is lettuce is going to go bad pretty fast. So you want to eat that up before other vegetables. To make quick work of this lettuce, or actually it is romaine, I am going to chop it instead of tearing it, and it won't discolor if you use a ceramic knife. To make sure that I keep this lettuce as fresh as possible, whatever we don't consume tonight, I'm going to store in this plastic container. I'm going to put a paper towel on the bottom to absorb any liquid that the salad spinner hasn't gotten. And most likely there's going to be leftovers from this meal, so we will have taco salads twice, which is fine because tomorrow I'll be able to heat it up in the microwave. I could have today, but I wanted to saute my onions a little bit. Now my lettuce is all situated. I'm going to put it in the fridge and chill it until it's time to eat. As I'm looking for something for a side dish for tacos, I see a watermelon. I have pineapple spears back there hiding. And some fruit cups. I have these strawberries. They're not the freshest, but they are still edible, and that's going to go with dinner. There's not a lot of strawberries here, so to make them look more abundant, I could serve them in a smaller dish. But I think I've decided on these ramekins because I'm gonna top them with whipped cream. And because it's so hot, I'm afraid the whipped cream might not make it here in these little, it might end up with a mess. So yeah, I think we're gonna do the ramekins. Now, presentation doesn't have to be a consideration, but if you're skimping, like we're not going to the grocery store because we're saving for something and we had a lot of repairs and different things going on. So doing something like this, I don't know, I think it makes people feel special. So I know Pappy would eat the strawberries right out of the bowl, but I don't know, just a little whipped cream, a little fanciness. I think just tell someone you care and makes your family feel special. Here's the taco meat all cooked up and sprinkled with cheese. And here are the microwaved taco shells. They seem to have come out fine. We'll see here in a minute. These are the salads so far. I'm going to top with taco meat and cheese and taco shells. So here's my taco salad. And I'm just gonna break up my shells and use it to dip in the meat and then eat my salad part. And I don't know what Pappy's gonna do, but he's got his shells too. And this is what we have left for tomorrow. And more shells and more lettuce and toppings. And we're eating right in front of the air conditioner. And if your family doesn't like having the same thing 2 nights in a row, Pappy doesn't mind, and neither do I. Just have tacos one night with a side salad and then make it into a taco salad the next night. It's different. Because I only have to heat up taco meat in the microwave today, I'm going to cut up this watermelon for a side. And this is what I got out of the little watermelon, little yellow watermelon. It's not as sweet as the other one we just cut up, but it's good. And that's what's for supper. And we'll have this left. Day 2 of Eat Out of the Freezer Pantry Challenge. Taco salad and watermelon. Doesn't look too bad. Because we're still experiencing a heat wave here, I'm just going to throw some hot dogs in the air fryer. I have my buns out to thaw. So they were going to expire, so I threw them in the freezer so they'd be okay. And I found some vegetables that, because I'm doing this freezer pantry challenge, I might not get to use because it doesn't go with other things I need to use. So I'm going to use up these onions for the hot dogs. I'm going to have some chili sauce on them. I found a couple cans of beans. And I'm going to clean, wash my celery and chop it up and put it in bags so that I can use it in cooked dishes in the future. We'll just have it in the freezer ready to go. And I noticed my peppers are getting wrinkly, so I'm going to sort them out, wash them, chop them up, and then I can use them in whatever cooked dishes, a chili, or make sausage, onions, and peppers. So that's what we're going to do tonight for supper. So I wanted to show you what I got. I got 3 little bags of celery and 2 little bags of pepper slices. They didn't go to waste, and the chopping is all done and they're in the freezer ready to go. Doing that easy supper tonight. Air fried cheese dogs, preheated air fryer 375 for 8 minutes, flipping halfway through. And we have just some doctored up canned beans, baked beans. Put a little ketchup and mustard And we have our hot dog chili and some spring onions cut up and watermelon that I cut up yesterday. Just a few condiments, some bougie buns. And there's Pappy's. He'll probably have another hot dog. I am doing chicken skewers and some sort of peanut butter bulgogi ramen with broccoli Normandy. I think it's broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. So we'll see how this turns out. Got this millet and brown rice ramen that we had gotten from Costco a while ago. And then I'm gonna do a sauce with this stuff. Grill the chicken, microwave the vegetables, and throw them in the ramen with the sauce. I almost forgot my onion tops here. Chopped scallions for a little garnish. I guess you're supposed to let your ramen cook for a minute and then break it up and cook it for 3 to 4 minutes. And we're just gonna saute some of our more bottom part of the onions for a little bit and use the green tops for the garnish. I added my vegetables. Looks pretty good. Looks like plenty for the two of us. I'm just gonna let these hang out in the pan a minute, and then I'm gonna concoct my sauce and I'm gonna wing it. I'll let you know how it works out. And we're just breaking up our veggies, yeah, our ramen. It only takes probably about 2 more minutes. Okay, so far I did around the pan twice with the soy sauce and the bulgogi barbecue sauce, and I did a heaping teaspoon of minced garlic, a heaping teaspoon of the chili garlic sauce, and a heaping tablespoon, it's probably closer to 2 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter. Now I added the ramen and I did a few more circles of the bulgogi. The ramen had a little bit of water clinging to it to help loosen the sauce up a bit, and I hit it with a little bit of sesame oil. Those ingredients, the sesame oil, the soy sauce, the minced garlic, the chili garlic sauce, are all ingredients in the egg roll in a bowl recipe that I shared in one of the other videos. So I have them on hand all the time. And they last a really long time if you get them and make that. And the chicken skewers are on the grill. Another thing you want to do when you're doing a use it up challenge is make sure the garden's not outpacing you. Looks like I'll have some zucchini pretty soon. And this vegetable peanut butter bulgogi ramen will hang out here until the chicken's done. And we'll probably have some watermelon too. So this is dinner, back in front of the air conditioner again. This is the 4th or 5th heat wave day of close to 100 degrees or over, real feel. And here's mine. And these skewers were from Aldi, so they're not super duper fancy. I'm sure they're tasty. And then Pappy's. Be sure to subscribe to see the rest of the pantry freezer meals, where we went, and part of the reason we did this Use It Up challenge.